Good morning, children. So welcome back to the online session of your mathematics class. So in the previous session, I had completed the simple equations lesson. So complete the classwork of simple equations lesson. Complete the homework whatever I have given in the lesson simple equations. Okay. So homework and classwork you have to submit. You have to take a photocopy and you have to send it to me through group separately, homework separately and then classwork separately, okay, by specifying your name at the last, okay. So that will be considerable for the essay 1 marks, that will be considerable for the essay 2 marks also, remember that. So then we will start a new lesson, lines and angles. And one more thing I would like to say that I am going to conduct a unit test for the simple equations in the next week. So probably I will conduct on Tuesday. I will conduct a unit test on Tuesday for the simple equations in the Zoom app. So be prepared for that. So read all the exercise and prepare for that. Okay. So we will go for the new lesson, lines and angles. Lines and angles. So considering the lines and angles lesson, you have already studied about lines and angles in the class 6. In fact, it is a lines and angles. It is a continuation of lines and angles from the 6th standard. Okay. So before the 6th standard, in the class 5, you have learned about what you mean by line and what type of lines we have and what is angle and what are the different types of angles we have. So these things at least we have studied basic things about the lines and angles. Okay. Now let us overview what we have studied from our earlier classes related to the lines and angles lesson. Okay. So line is nothing but it is a collection of its points. It's a collection of points. So line it is having a length. It doesn't have a width and it doesn't have any thickness. Right. So this is a line itself is a collection of points. Okay. So it is having a length. Can measure its length, so you are not able to measure the width and you are not able to measure the thickness of this line, right? So it is having only a dimension length, okay? So in the line we have a line segment, okay, and then we have a ray and we have a line. So what do you mean by line? What do you mean by line segment and what do you mean by ray? So all these three we have learned in our class 6. So line segment in the sense it should have two endpoints. Okay. Let me call it as those endpoints as A and B. So we can measure the length of this. How much exactly we can measure because it is having an end point. Okay. So the same line segment. This is line segment. Okay. This is line segment. So same line segment. AB, okay, the same line segment AB. So if it is extended on both the sides, endlessly, it doesn't have any end, on both the sides it is extended endlessly, then that is a line. That means line segment has endpoints, both the endpoints, the starting point and ending point. Okay, so it is having both the endpoints, whereas the line it doesn't have any endpoint. Both the sides are extended endlessly. Okay, so that is a line, and then a ray. One more thing is ray. So ray is having one endpoint. Other end it is not mentioned. It is endless. The other side is starting point will be defined. The ending point is not defined. We don't know where it is going to be ended. So that is ray. Okay. For this is not a point. This is representing. This is not an end point. For representing ray, I am taking as AB. So this is again. This is A and B are not end points. For representing that line, I will take it as a AB. Otherwise, I can make it as a L. Line L. Okay. So this also I can take it as a ray L. But to represent the angle, we need to take it as representing like this. Here also we should represent like this. But A and B are not endpoints here. A and B are not endpoints. Only representing. This is line AB. Suppose assume that one more line is going like this. I need to differentiate this line with this line, right? Right. So therefore, as you call it as CD. This is line CD. This is line AB. If one more line is passing like this, that is line PQ, right? So I need to differentiate those three lines. To differentiate that, I will be taking this line as AB and this line as CD. That is only a representation. This doesn't mean that C is a point and B is the C and B are the endpoints of this line. No, line doesn't have any endpoint. Line doesn't have any endpoint. Whereas when it comes to the line segment, these A and B are the endpoints. Exactly, it is an endpoint. Exactly, it is an endpoint. If I take one more line segment, then CD. Of course, C and D are the endpoints. It is endpoints. Okay. So how to represent, how to denote this C and D like this? Denoting a line segment. How to denote the line C, D? You should write both the sides. You should write the arrow mark. That means it is a line. It represents a line. Both the sides is having end point, so it is line segment. So similarly for the ray, it is one is having end point, the other side will be endless, doesn't have any end point. So that is ray. So understood the difference between line segment, line and the ray. So line doesn't have any end points. In fact, line is a collection of all the points, collection of points which is having a length, but it doesn't have any width or it doesn't have any thickness. That is first point. Second point, line doesn't have any endpoints. How to denote the line? Like this. Okay. Then line segment. Line segment is having two endpoints. How to denote this? Like this. Then ray is having only one endpoint, that is starting point. It doesn't have any endpoint. Okay. So it is only one endpoint. Then it is a ray. Okay. So this is about a line. Okay. So after this, we have intersecting lines and we have parallel lines. So this is one line, A, B, this is AB line. This is one more line, C and D. Okay. So these two lines are parallel or intersecting. These two lines are parallel or intersecting. How will you conclude that these two lines are parallel or intersecting? So you need to measure the length at some variance between those two lines. How much the length? Assume that this is 3 cm at this point. Go to this point and measure the distance between these two lines. If it is there also 3 cm, okay, then go for one more point and measure that. There also 3 cm. Then you can conclude that those two lines are parallel. Those two lines are parallel. They are not intersecting each other. Those two are parallel. That means distance between those two lines must be same at all the points. At all the points. If you are measuring at one point, again you are measuring at there. Line in the sense it doesn't have any end point. It is keep on going like this. One more line is going with that in the sense it is keep on going like that, right? So both the lines are going. So measure the distance between those two lines here. Go there and measure the distance between those two lines. If distance is same at all the points, then we can conclude that those two lines are parallel to each other. For example, we can take railway track. So railway track, they are not going to intersect each other, right? So that is parallel lines. Okay. Now intersecting line. Intersecting line. When two lines are intersecting, this is A, C. These two are intersecting lines. These two are intersecting lines. You can observe that AB is one line, C is another line. Both will be intersecting at one point O. At one point O. Okay. So when these two lines are intersecting, you can observe that angle will be formed. Angle will be formed. Where is the angle now? OA is one ray, OD is another ray. Observe that it is having a starting point. It doesn't have any end point. OA is starting point, doesn't have any end point. Now OA and OD are the two rays. Between two rays, angle will be formed. This is the angle, right? How to measure? How to denote this angle? How to denote this angle? This angle.
So this is from A to O to D. So angle AOD. This will gives the angle this. A to O to D. A to O to D. So this will gives this angle. Okay. So we can write like this, or otherwise we can write like this. AOD. Both are same. Okay. So this is measuring a angle AOD. This. Now what is this? How to measure this? Then that is angle either COB or BOC. Both are same. This is also either AOD or DOA. Both are same. AOD, DOA. Both will represent this angle only. Similarly, this COB or BOC. Both will represent this angle only. Okay. Then again we have one more angle. What is that? AOC. AOC. Then this BOD, angle BOD. Okay. So when two line or when two line segments or when two rays are intersecting each other, angle will be formed. Angle will be formed, right? So we know that we have different types of angles. Basically, we have different types of angles. What are those? What are those? We have a different types of angles. What are those angles? So let's say suppose if I am considering a triangle also, before going to the different types of angles, we take this. If I am considering a triangle, okay, we know that when we are having a triangle, there will be three sides and there will be three angles, right? So when these angles are formed, you can observe that AB is one line segment, right? AB is a line segment, it is having a end points. And then BC is also one line segment because it is having end points. Then AC is also a line segment because it is having end points. Now you can observe that here the angle is formed. Why? Because AB is one line segment, BC is another line segment. Both will be intersecting at this point. AB, A, B, then BC. Intersecting in the sense it is not intersecting. This is also intersecting. This is also intersecting. You can observe that the common point between this line segment and this line segment is 1. So these two lines are also going to be intersecting, right? These two lines are also intersecting at the point B. Intersecting in the sense it doesn't mean that it is keep on going. This is also intersecting only. They are intersecting at point O. Okay. So here AB and BC are intersecting at one point. Therefore, this angle is formed. Angle B is formed. In fact, it is not angle B. It is angle ABC. Okay. So AC is one line segment. Again, BC is another line segment. These two line segments are intersecting at point C. Therefore, angle is formed. Similarly, AB is one line segment and AC is another line segment. Both will be intersecting at point here. Therefore, this angle is formed. So, when the angle is formed, when two lines or when two line segments or when two rays are intersecting each other, then at that point angle will be formed. At that point angle will be formed. Angle is a measure of a rotation. Okay, from the initial point to the terminating point. Then one line will be taken as an initial point. The other line will be taken as a terminating point. Between the initial point and the terminating point, how much the rotation is done. So that rotation will be measured as an angle, right? So these are all the basic things we have studied. Also, we have studied in our earlier classes. Okay. Now we will go for different types of angles. We will go for different types of angles. What are the different types of angles we have? Different types of angles. Okay, so one is acute angle. Okay, one is acute angle. So acute angle will be it is more than 0, less than 90 degree. Angle is more than 0, less than, right, between 0 and, okay, so if you understand between 0 and 90, you will be able to know that it is between 0 and 90 degree. Okay, so this is acute angle because it is not exactly 90 degree. 90 degree means it should be perpendicular lines. This is one line and this is one line segment. It is exactly perpendicular to each other. The angle is 90 degree. Angle is 90 degree. It is slightly lesser than perpendicular to each other. Then exactly it is not a 90 degree. It may be 89 point something, but it is not 90 degree. If it is exactly 90 degree, then only it is 90 degree. It is a right angle. So if it is less than 90 degree and more than 0 degree, it is an acute angle. Now 30 degree. 30 degree is an acute angle because it lies between 0 to 90. 30 is lying between 0 to 90, right? So therefore it is acute angle. Now 80 degree acute angle, 5 degree acute angle, then 89 degree also an acute angle because it is lies between 90 and it is less than 90 but more than 0, right? So between in the sense it is range between 0 to 90. If the angle will be lying between 0 and 90, then it is acute angle. Okay. Next will be right angle. That is exactly 90 degree. Exactly 90 degree. Okay. So one is line perpendicular to other. Okay. Technically it has to go here. This is ray OB. Then this is 90 degree. Exactly 90 degree. If it is exactly 90 degree, then it is called as a what? Right angle. It is a right angle. Then third one, obtuse angle. Obtuse angle, that is range is between 90 degree and 180 degree. If the angle is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, then that is called as obtuse angle. Say suppose 120, 100, right? So 170, 179, 91, right? So these are all the angles will be lying between 90 and then 180. So therefore it is obtuse angle. So those angles are obtuse angles. So this is O, A, B. So this angle is obtuse angle. This is, you can observe that this is more than 90 degree. More than 90 degree. So therefore it is an obtuse angle. And it is less than 90 degree, less than 180 degree also. Okay. So the next is fourth one is straight angle. Exactly 180 degree. Okay. So isn't that this is one ray O A. So the other ray will be, it is not like this, it is not like this. If it is like this, if it is like this, then acute angle. If it is like this, straight, then right angle. If it is like this, then obtuse angle. Then if it is like this, then also obtuse angle. Then it is exactly straight to this, then that is OB, then that is 180 degree. The angle is straight angle. Angle is straight angle. So that is 180 degree between the OA, ray OA and the OB. The angle is 180 degree. Okay. If it is exactly 180 degree, then it is straight angle. Okay. Next, we have a reflex angle. Reflex angle, again select O, A is one way. Okay. So the other ray will be, okay. This is now, this is more than 180 and then less than 360. You can write between 180 and 360. That is the reflex angle. That is the reflex angle. Now this is reflex angle. This is reflex angle. Okay. Now, so the last one is complete angle. Complete angle, that is exactly 360 degree. The angle is complete angle, then it is completely 360 degree. So that is, this is original line, O, here, it is going on rotation. Again, it comes to here and merging here only. So the angle, complete angle is this. This is 360 degree. Okay, complete angle. So that is the initial point will be starting from here. Let's keep on going and rotating. Again, it comes to the initial position. Then it is 360 degree. Okay, so that is complete angle. So these are the different types of angles: acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, then complete angle. So these are the different types of angles. So along with this, we have some related angles also, right? Like complementary angle, supplementary angle, adjacent angle, vertically opposite angle, linear pair of angles. Okay, so till complete angles, we have studied different types of angles, right, in our earlier classes. So in class 7, we are going to study about supplementary angles, complementary angles, adjacent angles, then vertically opposite angles, then last one will be linear pair of angles. So these type of angles we are going to study. What do you mean by these angles, and how it will be useful for our next classes, how it will be useful for our practical situations. Those things we will be going to study in our next classes. Okay, so this is the introduction to the lines and angles. So lines and angles, I had already given the definitions for the line segment, ray, then right angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, different types of angles. I have given the notes. Go through the class 6 notes. Okay, so if it is related to this, write that notes. Exactly, it is related to that only, right? Because I have given the introduction already, I have given the notes also, class work also in the class 6. So write those notes in your class 7 text class work also in the geometry class work. Then we will move to the lesson in the next class. Okay, so thank you.